Go home. Yeah? See? Okay, then you can show them the tape of the United Nations today. Since you have not been there, huh? You can have a look. They were talking about, interestingly, somebody asked about how they destroy the forests in Brazil and make a lot of floods. Remember? In the newspaper, yeah? Just yesterday I scolded some guy because cut one tree. I have a reason for everything. And I do things with reason, so please be careful with what you do, huh? I don't like anything half done, half cooked. So I have to cook you well, because I love you. I cook you well. You see how beautiful it is, pocket under the trees, between the trees, yeah? Looks so nice. And even there are no cars there, we feel nothing changed much, okay? From the outlook, it's still beautiful. If everyone parked one car and cut one tree, can you imagine how long this forest will last? With the amount of disciples and cars? Huh? Not even 2 weeks. Each one comes and park where he wants, and then he doesn't like the tree in front of his nose, and he just cuts it. Yeah, and it breaks my soul also. I cannot believe it. And such person also proclaims to be my disciple. How? How do you fit in with my teaching? When we do something like this, it's not only the tree that's important. It's not a mistake. It's our level. Our practice is so low. And karma is heavy. That's what makes people not like us, understand? Because of our level, not because of the tree. It's just leaking out of our inside. Whatever we do is mostly from the inside. Recently, I was having so much work, and sometimes it's very difficult to have time to sleep because of the Vietnamese refugees problem. Not because of our spiritual problem, yeah? Our spiritual progress is going on nicely because we started many years now, yeah? And it's more or less settled down and organized. It's not completely organized the way you think it should be, but we can never be completely organized because there will always be new disciples coming until they become used to it again and cooperate. It takes a longer time. And there are always disciples, always new things, always disturbances, yeah? Bringing new karma, new ideas, new egos, new pride, new stubbornness, and everything. So we always have to put up with it, especially me. So actually these things take care of themselves because now we have many disciples, yeah? And each one takes care of the next, more or less. It's not so chaotic like the first few years. And we have different centers and everything seems to be a little bit settled down, yeah? So it's not the spiritual issue that gives me trouble and makes me sleepless and all that. It's just the Vietnamese refugees, the urgency and the frustration of bureaucracy and the fear of the free world to increase their own burden, which they already have, and the fear of the different culture shock and clash, and the fear of the different ethnic backgrounds that make many nations step back from receiving the refugees. So when the refugees first came, there may be so many misunderstandings, cultural shock, and custom differences that are difficult to handle. Even though in the long run they will produce and help the nation, but for the first entrance, they might create some kind of waves, disturbances in the social structure of that nation. So this caused me to have a lot of work, headache, sleeplessness, less appetite, and caused a lot of suffering, inner agony, and tiredness, of course. And sometimes this also caused me to have a lack of time and energy to take care of the disciples. Even though inside, the master power takes care, but on the outside, sometimes you see me a little bit more tired or something like that. It's because of this. So recently I was in this kind of mood and a wild schedule. Even sometimes when I'm on a lecture tour, I have to also take care of the refugee problem. Side by side. In the daytime, on evening lecture, and in the nighttime, I have to work on taking care of this. I cannot show you what I'm working on because it is not so easy. Sometimes you make 108 telephone calls, and then it ends up being nothing. Or you stay up all night and write some beautiful proposals and get rejected. Yeah? You have to put the phrases together and the structure which I'm not businesswoman. And the demand a good proposal, even before I accept it or not, to know how much money is needed, how you will handle it, how the personnel is going to work, and how the refugee is going to be taken care of. Everything they want to know. And therefore these things, even though has not been successful, it costs a lot of work for me. And other people cannot always replace my work. So many letters I have to dictate, even though they sign it. I have to dictate because I don't know how to write it. And they don't write it the way they should. So I have to take care of every little thing. So recently I was very tired, have been very tired. So even when I sleep, I have nightmares. Just to give an example, what I have just said to you before, whatever comes out of even of our dream or action is the leaking out of our inside, of what we have full of inside. So do not think that because you cut one more blade of grass, then I will scold you. It is your karma, your heavy karma. It is your lower level of consciousness that causes this. But we should demonstrate our inside wisdom by every action in life and daily life. That's how people know you are wise or not. People know whether truly practice or not, whether you progress or not. Otherwise you can boast many things. You can hang all my pictures all over your chest and your hair and your feet and your hand everywhere to show your devotion. But that won't fool anyone. If your actions, your speech, and your thoughts are so low and harmful. So going back to my recent state, I was tired that even one day I had a bad dream. I don't dream, but that day I dreamed. What did I dream? It's just kind of topsy-turvy, you know. It means nothing at all, really. I dreamed about I saw my father and we are somewhere, but it was not in our house. Anyhow, my father was there. But it was at the end that I was supposed to be with my father somewhere. And I wasn't the master somewhere in the old time. And I had a snake with me. Then the snake's supposed to bite everybody on the hills whenever he got a chance. Yeah. He looks cute and quiet, but he bites. And I just took him along for a walk. I didn't know how I did it. I remember maybe taking him by the tail, but I don't know how we can take a snake by the tail to go for a walk. But that happened in a dream, you know. In a dream, everything happens. And it's a strange dream and very rare. I probably was too exhausted and too frustrated, yeah, with all these things and all the sleepless nights, and was nervous, stressed. So I remember taking him by the tail, walking around. Taking him for a walk like you take a dog for a walk. I took a snake for a walk. Probably belonged to me. So anyhow, suddenly I felt something like it wasn't walking with me. I don't know how a snake walks, but he seemed to walk in my dream. Anyhow, I looked back and I saw he was so wounded and swollen, the whole body, except the tail part. And so I was so broken in my heart. So I knew, and I was so heartbroken that I knelt down in front of him. I said, please, don't die. Let me die for you. And I cried for him. I really wanted to die for him. I really felt that it was so terrible. I say, just whatever happened, just let me bear it for you. Let me die for you. And I woke up at that time. And then I said to one of the attendants at that time, I said, oh, geez, how come I had a dream like that? Take a snake by his tail and go walking. And I didn't realize it hurt him so much. And I felt so very, very hurt about that. Very bad that I knelt beside him and said, please don't die. Just let me die for you. And so I said, how come you want to die for a snake? Kept asking myself. Yeah. And I said to the attendant, it's a strange dream. Even if it happened like so, how can I truly want to die for the snake instead of him? I wanted to replace him, to die for him instead, and suffer for him instead. I said, how come? It's so strange. If you want to die for your loved one or a person, you can understand, but for a snake, who has heard of these things? How come it's such a strange dream? And so the attendant say, it is because you're always full of love. So even in a dream, even for the snake, you would express this kind of attitude and have this kind of mental attitude. So I was enlightened then, through the attendant. Yeah, that was Thong, huh? The tall guy. And never smiles. And everybody fears him. Yeah, that's the guy. Except when he's with me, then he laughs. Sometimes he rolls on the floor, Yes, and he said he only laughs when he's with me. He never laughed before. Seldom. Yes. And he was correct. Even in a dream, if we can express our love, that means we must have it on a daily basis. Otherwise, how could we remember it then? And even for a snake, and a poisonous snake, it bites everybody and makes people trouble. Yes. So take care that we nourish this kind of love, inside us all the time until it becomes our nature. First and second nature, and one and only nature. And then everything we do will only benefit others. Whether we do it in a strong way, in an apparently angry way, or in a loving way. You understand what I mean? It doesn't matter at all. It's just like a skilled surgeon, a skilled doctor, who can give you a sweet pill or who can cut you into pieces in order to heal you. If we do not take care of this love and try to nourish it, then we cannot progress, because the way to God is through love. If we love every other sentient being, that means we love God. That means God is inside us, and God loves His children. And that's how we attract people. By this love, it's like a magnet. Everyone likes us, loves us, and we don't know why, and the people don't know why also. This is the love that attracts people, not the appearance, or the sex, female or male, or the education. So like the sixth Zen patriarch, Huineng, he also didn't have any education at all. And even his appearance was so lousy that even his master at first rejected him. Yeah? And said, you look kind of like a southern barbarian. How can you become Buddha? He was joking. A southern barbarian. He looked dark in complexion and short in stature, and probably not very good looking. Even his master didn't like his look. And called him a southern barbarian. Can you believe it? Such a person who appeared in such a way that even an enlightened master called him southern barbarian. Or maybe his master had discrimination. Or maybe he just made a joke. The masters, they have lousy jokes sometimes. And many people cannot laugh. They don't understand the humor of the master. Only the enlightened person can laugh. So at that time, probably Huineng, the sixth Zen patriarch, wasn't enlightened. Therefore, he was a little bit cranky and serious. So he answered him back right away, saying, Buddha nature doesn't have north or south. Doesn't discriminate between north or south. Probably he wanted to impress his master that he knows something. Anyhow, I think the fifth patriarch was a very humorous person, or maybe a very tolerant person. Otherwise, he couldn't accept this lousy guy who was so serious and so oversensitive, that even he has to answer just like a fighting cock, you know. He saw another one and he had to go and pick him. You know, a fighting cock, no? Yeah. Quack, 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 quack. One time, a long time ago, there was a king who loved cockfighting. Yeah, and he raised many, but he has not been very successful. So he heard that there's one cockfighting master who knows how to raise a good one. Yeah, so he assigned him to raise a cock for him. Yeah, he give him the best one, the best quality, and the best descendant of such and such famous ancestor, cock's ancestor. Yeah, so he gave it to him to raise and give him money and everything. So a few weeks go by, and he came and asked the master, "Is the cock ready to fight or not?" And the master said, "No, no way, too far away yet." So a few months later, the king came back again and asked him, "How is the cock? Is he ready to fight now?" He said, No. It's just improved a little bit only." So then a few months later, he came back again impatiently. He said, How is my cock? Is he getting better? Is he ready to fight? And the master say, no, not yet. He still gets excited when he saw another cock, wants to fight. So the king said, that's what's supposed to be, And the master said, no, it's not. Not yet, believe me. So the king went back home and forgot all about it. He got fed up. He kept asking all the time. But then one day, probably a long time later, years or something later, he happened to pass by and remember that. And then came in and asked the master whether his male hero is ready or not. So that master said, okay, this time it's all right. And the king asked him, how do you know that he's all right? You say he wasn't all right before. So the cock master told the king, now he saw another fighting cock and he doesn't move 1 inch. He doesn't even blink his eyes. But the other cock just saw him and ran away. No need to fight now. The quality inside radiates outside. Why I talk about these fighting things? What was the reason? Was there a connection? Fighting. Oh, yeah. So he probably wasn't ripe. He wasn't a ripe fighting cock, yeah? So he immediately picked his master, thinking it's another fighting cock. So many of the disciples are like that when they first come, in their eagerness and excitement to become Buddha. They have a lot of illusions concerning themselves, that he is such and such a person, he must be among the chosen few, And when the master sees him or her, they must have different eyes, because he's different. For example, he fly all the way for many miles, and he didn't eat all the way. Or maybe he walked 1 step and kneel 1 step, and walked 3 steps and bowed down three times or something like that. Or he has been eating 1 meal a day for many years, waiting for this great moment. Or maybe he has been looking for the master many years now, or lifetime now, this first opportunity, and he recognized the master immediately. It means he must be very enlightened, so the master must know it. And everyone will treat him specially and things like that. Special treatment. Yeah, he might get special treatment, all right. But in which way? He might get scoffed off, scolded out, or thrown out. Yes. I have seen many like this. They have so many illusions. They read too many Zen books and saw so many Zen movies. You understand? So they imagine all kinds of things. For example, one guy after initiation, we have many hundreds of people sometimes, and then he still keeps sitting there. So our attendant asked him what is it that he wants, that he won't leave. So he said, the master has not given me initiation yet. So the attendant said, how? You just got it. He said, that was it? I thought he had to sit with me in a closed room with all the windows taped and all the doors closed, and eye to eye. It's the way he read from the sixth patriarch Huineng and his master. Yes, that's what he imagined. People have all kinds of illusions, all kinds of imaginations. Some people imagine that the master must be old, with white hair and a white beard. That's so long like this. Yes. And he eats one meal a day, or maybe doesn't eat at all. And no need to wear any clothes, and he's flying in the air. Yeah, and taking him by the hand to heaven and things like that. Yeah. I suppose the master must be male and not female. This we can take care of today. It's very easy. With plastic surgery, we can change. If somehow you're not satisfied with my female appearance, you let me know. I will consider to make it complete, to complete your illusion, just for fun. Yes, but I don't think so. I love to be a woman. It's fine. We can put some makeup on, wear nice clothes. Otherwise, the male is so boring. The best I can wear is a black suit. That's the best clothes for the male of today, no? And it costs $900 or some $1,000. And it looks so ugly, depressive, black, yeah, colorless, and so serious, so businesslike. So who wants to be male anyhow? Yeah, they have heavy karma to be male. You can have no change for life, huh? We women have many choices, huh? We can have makeup, we can have our hair permed this way, that way. We can have short, we can have long, we can have a high heel shoe, flat heel shoes. Yeah, we can wear these clothes, that clothes, no problem. Yeah, but if a man wears different clothes like this, people will look at him. Yeah? And we want to put some label on his name. It's fun to be a woman. Otherwise, if I was a male this time, I'd be bored stiff, At least I'm a woman. I can play around with makeup, high heels. Yeah, wear different clothes that my disciples made for me. They're so talented, They're so talented. They can create different beautiful clothes. And since they're monks, they have nothing to do and are bored. They try to create things and put them all on my body, for sure. So, I think to be a woman is okay, huh? Anybody object? Huh? Especially woman, no, huh? Yes. You'll be proud of me, huh? Okay. Such a beautiful master, huh? Yes. Can you imagine a male master? How? Even if he's beautiful, he cannot be so beautiful like me. No. Tell me the truth, huh? Okay. Anyhow, if you think I'm not beautiful enough, I can change. I can improve my appearance. It's easy, huh? I put some more makeup on, huh? And make the eyebrow go like this instead of like that, yeah? And improve my nose. If it's not high enough for you by nature, it's high enough, huh? I think for my body size, it's high enough, huh? Huh? I don't think we need plastic surgery, no? No. Anything else you don't like, you just tell me. I consider the change to suit your taste, okay? One day like this, the other day like that, yeah? And we have fun together. And we are never bored with each other, huh? And just like you come to our center every day, we have different clothes also, huh? Just to entertain me, huh? So I also sometimes entertain you. It's not important anyhow. It's not important anyhow. But it helps sometimes to brighten this life, this boring world that we are in. Huh? It makes people feel pleasant. It's pleasant for the eyes, and the heart, feeling good. Yes. But anyhow, we can never please everyone enough. Some people like their master to be like a beggar. Wearing drag clothes, dirty clothes, beard like this, and doesn't shave, doesn't wash, smells like fish. And they think that kind of master is detached, above the worldly concern and above water. No bath. And some people like their master to be male, with long flowing beard and white hair and all that, and very old with wrinkled skin and looking wise. The more wrinkles, the wiser. And the more bear, the more wisdom. The wisdom of the bear. Yeah, yes. And some people like their masters to be beautiful and young looking and very, humorous, and relaxed, yes. And some people like their master to be always with them, and do many things like they do, so they feel closer, yeah. It's a multi-talented master who not only teaches the gospel, but also can play music and write poems and sing songs and things like that. I mean, whatever you name it, they have to do it. So they have a high expectation of the master, all round developed. In every aspect, the master has to be good. So people have different expectations and imaginations about the master. So accordingly, they will find one that suits their taste. And if that happens to be a good master, then it's fine. Yeah, it doesn't matter how he looks, how she looks, or is a she or a he, or whether the master is beautiful or not. Yeah, just because we like it that way, so it suits us, and when we see that, we like it. Yes. Therefore, most of the masters are fabricated according to the majority of people's taste. Yeah, so that the people just like it. You understand? They just like it. Why do we talk about this? Huh? What was it before? Huh? Oh yes. Yes, okay. But the most important, of course, is the inner power of love, yeah, which attracts people. Yes, and that's why the practitioners of the Kuan method, yeah, we attract more people than we did before. Huh? People just seem to like to hang around us or bother us, because they just like to be near us, and they don't know how to react. So sometimes it appears bothersome. Yes, and even the police at the airport, they just hang around and make trouble. Yes, they don't know how to express their love, so they search my luggage, search my body, and ask so many unintelligent questions. Just to be around a little bit, longer. I have sometimes felt this way, because sometimes after we left, I felt that they were so reluctant, to leave us, or they were so sorry somehow. I don't know if they were sorry because they gave us hard time for nothing, or because we have to go now. Yes. Finally, no more excuses, no more stupid questions that he can think of. So let's go. And he felt so kind of very reluctant, very sorry. I feel that way many times at the airport. But poor me, I have to be patient. And you know my temper. It's not easy to be patient. Lucky that he's not my disciple. I just tell him to get out of the meditation hall and give me back the identity car and don't come back again. Okay, it's just for today, huh? If you wish to watch the videotape of the United Nations today because you were not present, you may do so. Okay? Or tomorrow, whatever, okay? You want to watch it tonight or is tomorrow better? Tonight. It's very late now. It's 9:12. Is it okay? Yeah. It's up to you. You can watch it yourself. I go to sleep. I'm not watching it with you since I was the one who talked. Or maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow you still here? Okay. Tomorrow morning, huh? One of you just put it in and watch it. Okay? About what time? 8? Tomorrow we have initiation at 9. At 10, yes, 10, at 10. But people will be starting to come about 9, you know. Whoever comes first, we give them the application form and questions, and later the other people will come. You know, when we were meditating, there were 1 or 2 guys coming with a car, and probably they dare not come up here, so they park over there. So normally, one car has 2 or 3 people, you know, so they must be banging about 3 times or 4 times. Or at least 2 to 4 times, the door bang like this. So when the first door banged, I got very, you know, frightened. But that's not the worst part. I keep waiting for the next. And it doesn't come. And it keeps me suspended. Here, waiting for the second bang or the third bang of the car door. And it's terrible. I'm very sensitive when the car door bangs down here. My heart just feels like something is squeezing inside, you know. It happened like that. But when you drive up here, and you don't hear so much. I guess it's because of the altitude is higher up here, and also the trees and the bushes, the leaves absorb a lot of the sounds. And also there is earth, you know, not cement. It doesn't give back the sound. So it's quiet here. Yesterday you parked so many cars, but I didn't hear anything. Very little, and no banging. So I think I suggest that when you go to the center, you don't need to bang the car door, especially when the parking is next to the center and meditation hall. And you just slightly close it, because it's in our center and we have God. So there's no need to worry, yeah? No need to bang it. And you bang it when you already leave the center, you know, on the road, yeah? When you go out to the road and you stop for a while and bang the car and go. If you have to bang. And should you bang one already, then continue to bang until it's finished. Otherwise, I keep waiting. All right? Because I'm used to it banging now. And sometimes when they park over there and they don't bang their car door, I also keep waiting. Oh, why? What happened? And until when it banged, you know. This is troublesome. It's not that easy, huh? Okay, now you leave, huh? See you tomorrow. Have a good night. Maybe I have to leave very soon. Unexpectedly. For the refugees. I did not want to leave so early, but maybe I have to in a couple of days. So, take care.